Want to make a ridiculously tasty eggplant dish? You've come to the right place. I've made a wonderful recipe that's full of flavors, easy to make, and perfect for any meal of your choice. Whether it's family, guests, or you yourself, you'll be surprised at how wonderful this dish will turn out to be. But let's begin only after one thing. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? Don't wait. Click that button now so you never miss another delicious recipe. I share simple, healthy dinners every week, and I'd love to cook some up with you all again. Let's start with the highlight of the recipe: eggplant. I use 2 medium eggplants and chop them up into small cubes. I like to leave the peel on because it holds its shape and has extra nutrients. Cut them as evenly as you can so they'll all cook at the same rate. And while I'm dicing, let me share with you. Eggplant's one of the most underappreciated vegetables. Low in calories and carbs, but high in fiber, which makes digestion more manageable and you're full longer. It's also got antioxidants like niacin, which protects brain cells and puts the brakes on aging. Really cool, huh? Eggplants are also wonderful for your heart. They're full of potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins that support circulation and energy. And though they are soft inside, they have that rich, almost meaty texture that is perfect for rich dishes, especially if you want to eat more veg and less meat. Do you use eggplant regularly in your kitchen, or are you only discovering how great it can be? Comment below. I love hearing from you. One more thing before we say goodbye, though. I need to share one more cool fact with you about eggplants. Did you know they're actually a berry? Yeah, even though we prepare them like vegetables, they're related to tomatoes and even potatoes. Mind blown, right? And here's something else interesting. Eggplants are known as aubergines in some countries, while others call them brinjals. Whichever, they're a ubiquitous staple in most traditional dishes, from Mediterranean stews to Asian stir-fries. Now that our eggplants are all sliced up, I put them into a big bowl. Then I sprinkle a small amount of salt over them. This draws out the inherent bitterness some eggplants have. I then add a little water so that the pieces are just covered. I mix everything up well and let them sit for about 15 minutes. This little trick actually pays dividends. It tenderizes them slightly, removes some of the bitterness, and it keeps them from absorbing too much oil when they're frying. Do you usually soak eggplants before you cook them, or is this something you're not familiar with? Investing the time to dry and soak the eggplants might appear to be an extra step, but it does make a difference in the dish. Moist eggplants will steam instead of fry, and they'll end up being mushy or tasteless. But if you dry them well, they get golden and slightly crispy on the outside and stay soft and creamy on the inside. This is the texture we require. In addition, dry eggplants absorb flavors much better, whether garlic, herbs, or spices. It's like you provide them with an empty paper to soak up all the goodness from the pan. Do not skip this step. It makes all the difference. Then I put a ton of olive oil in a large pan, 3 or 4 tablespoons. Eggplants love oil, and if you don't use enough, they'll dry out or stick to the pan. Once the oil is hot, I put the eggplants in it very gently, spreading them out in one layer so they'll cook correctly. You should hear a nice sizzle. This is a good sign. Then I cover the pan with a lid. This insulates the eggplants so they don't burn, but cook thoroughly. I cook them over medium heat for 15 to 20 minutes, stirring them each couple of minutes so that they brown on all sides. You'll start to notice them soften, reduce somewhat, and take on that gorgeous golden hue. The smell in the kitchen is great now. Nutty, warm, and inviting. Eggplant is one of those vegetables that truly is brought to life when it's cooked well. From hard and spongy to soft and tasty, only requires patience and a little bit of love. Do you fry eggplant with a lid as a general rule, or would you prefer to roast it in the oven? I wish I knew how you do it in your home kitchen. Once the eggplants are cooked through, soft, golden, and really flavored, I take them off the heat and spoon them onto a large plate. Then, while still warm, I gently mash them up with a fork. Not to a puree, but just enough to break them down and release that creamy texture inside. This step provides the dish with an entirely new character, smooth, rich, and ideal for combining later with other ingredients. And a bit of trivia, in numerous cultures around the world, mashed or roasted eggplant is the foundation for some of the planet's most popular dishes. In the Middle East, it serves as the foundation for baba ganoush. In India, it's converted to baingan bharta. In Italy, it forms a part of caponata. Each country adds its own twist to it, but they all start the same way, with soft, cooked, rich eggplant. It's amazing how this humble vegetable can travel the world and show up in so many iconic dishes. Do you have an eggplant recipe from your native culture, or a secret family recipe passed down through generations? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Isn't it wonderful how this seemingly plain eggplant can turn out such a full-bodied, rich base? I love how soft and creamy it turns out after cooking. It practically melts on your tongue. And the best part is, you can turn anything out of it. A spread, a filling, a warm salad, or even a side dish. Eggplant is basically just like a blank canvas. It soaks up whatever flavors you're serving it. Sometimes I mix it with garlic and sesame paste, sometimes lemon juice and herbs. But today, we're going rustic and cheesy. Do you prefer creamy textures in food or crispy, crunchy? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. Lastly, the eggplants are mushy aromatic, so I scoop them into a new bowl. Next, I put the grated cheese we prepared ahead of time into the warm eggplant mixture immediately. The heat will gradually soften the cheese, making it soft and stretchy. Just describing it is making me crave already. Now we get to put everything together. I add in 50 grams of breadcrumbs. These will hold the mixture together and provide a bit more body. I add in the grated garlic we've prepared, a pinch of salt, a bit of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of Italian herbs. The herbs give a lovely aroma, a mix of oregano, basil, thyme. It instantly evokes warm home cooking. Once all the ingredients are in the bowl, I mix it thoroughly. The breadcrumbs soak up any excess moisture, and the cheese starts to melt into the warm eggplant. They all mix into this rich, soft, flavorful blend. You can already smell the herbs and garlic mixing with the sweetness of the eggplant and the pungency of the cheese. It's hard not to taste it at this point, to be honest. Do you like to add dried herbs to your recipes? Or do you have fresh ones from the garden or market? Now, the best part, shaping and baking. This delicate, flavorful mixture is now set to be turned into something truly special. I'm going to shape little round patties, more like little eggplant cakes. But before I do that, I prepare the baking dish. I give the bottom a light coating of olive oil, making sure to spread it evenly. It prevents it from sticking and gives it a touch of flavor and that wonderful golden glaze we all love. It's a simple step, but it makes the difference. Now I scoop up a spoonful of the mixture and carefully roll it in my hands, shaping it into a small circle. Not too thick, just thin enough to hold its shape. I do it again, placing each patty on the oiled plate with a little space between them. They already look beautiful, golden from the cheese, sprinkled with herbs, and filled with intense eggplant flavor. And they smell amazing even before baking. Once everything is ready, I set the oven to 180 degrees Celsius and place the tray. I will be baking them for about 30 minutes. During that time, the patties will harden, the edges will have a slight crunch, and the cheese in the center will melt and blend with the garlic and herbs. The home will be filled with the bright, comforting aroma of spices and baked vegetable patties. These small patties are perfect for a light meal, a snack, or even as a party appetizer. Serve them warm, hot, or even cold. They are fantastic both ways. Did you ever bake vegetable patties at home? What do you use for it? Let me know. Maybe I'll try your version out next. So tell me, do you enjoy trying out new veggie recipes like this too? Or do you prefer sticking with the tried and trusted? I just love hearing what you make at home, so let me know in the comments. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. The eggplant patties are served. I take them out of the oven and just think about that golden crust. When I cut one in half, you can see how soft and tender they are inside. It's just right. The cheese melted beautifully, the herbs and garlic combined, and the eggplant came out smooth and rich. They're warm, full of flavor, and comfort food. That kind of thing you want in a home-cooked meal. Seriously, they just melt in your mouth. Try this recipe out because it's just such a simple way to enjoy veggies in a whole new and delicious way. And if you do try it, don't forget to let me know what happened. Thanks again for watching and spending time with me today. Stay healthy, be well, and I'll see you in the next video.